For as long as I can remember, I've dreamed of flying an airplane. Earlier today, Alex with RSA Flight Training in Morgantown, West Virginia, and I stepped into their Piper Warrior for my very first introductory flight. I've always been fascinated with all aspects of aviation and have logged hundreds of hours of flight sim and just studying and reading and watching YouTube videos from other aviation creators. In January of this year, I turned 40 years old and decided it was time to finally step away from the computer and step into the cockpit.
So I should try that out and make sure I can.
Yeah. Sure you got full travel and everything.
I see. The pressure is because we're on the ground, yes?
Right.
Okay. Seatbelts. That seems important.
Yes.
Oh, mine's up here, tucked away nicely.
Yeah, you have your, and then there's that side. You have the other side.
Okay.
The other side should be.
Gotcha. Yep. Found it.
The shoulder harness goes in the little little clasp there. Clicks. There we are. As long as it doesn't try to sell your neck off.
Exactly.
You have a collared shirt on. That's what I forgot this morning.
Yeah, I've
Put
got
on
it
a
tucked
t-shirt.
under the collar, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Nice. Follow your official checklist.
Yeah. So, do you guys live around here?
Fairmont.
Fairmont? Okay. We'll head southwest then. How's that?
Sounds good to me.
All right, cool. So, our normal practice area kind of heads toward the northeast.
Okay.
So we try to keep it between the mountain ridge and the river, and we try not to go a little further than Uniontown there.
Gotcha.
So we'll head down that way. A little more familiar ground for you. So, before starting engine, pre-flight inspection is complete. Pilot in command is myself. Passenger briefing. So, made some seats and seat belts. You got to get out of here real fast. Don't worry about unhooking the shoulder harness. Just lift up on that and rotate out like you would in your car. And as far as the door is concerned, basically when this is closed and locked, you have the bottom latch that's in the lock position and the top latch that's in the latch position.
Gotcha.
Just in emergency, it doesn't matter which one you do, just latch, unlatch, and open, door comes open.
Okay.
Normal situation, you try to put all the strain on the bottom latch, since it's a nice big
I see.
latch, and this is just this little hook
Gotcha.
doohickey up
Gotcha.
there. So whenever we close this normally, this one will come down first, and then we've got this guy to open it. Open the top one first, and the bottom one.
Gotcha.
Keeps all the way to the door on the bottom latch there.
Fair enough.
Any questions on that?
I don't think so.
All right. Seats and seat belts, I think we're happy there.
Yep.
Fuel selector valve to the forward
Right
tank, which would be the right
side.
Yeah, so let's push that over. There we go.
Right tank.
Just click and everything. And avionics equipment is in the off position.
Okay.
Circuit breakers. Check. We have the 3 collared ones that we have. All are in, everything else is in. So we're happy there. Now starting engine propeller area. We'll go clear before we actually hit the key. Right there, but no one's else walking around. Mixture is going to go 4-inch. Take that, push it all the way up, it gives a little bit.
Does it have a?
Nah, just
that's
give
the board. It just needs.
give it a hard shove there.
Needs some. Floor.
Yep, that's it. It's been that way for a while.
Gotcha.
It's been that way ever since we got this thing. Throttle, we're going to open it 1/8 of an inch. So what I like to do is make sure it's closed all the way first,
Yeah.
and then you just open it ever so slightly. Right there.
That one?
Yep. It's just cracking it up a little bit.
Okay.
Sure you've been around airports enough. You hear the piston airplane start, and it goes straight to red line.
Yeah.
Right? So all we want is just to crack it so the idle's
Okay.
nice and clean. I'd rather bump up the idle a little bit than have to run over and reach it back.
Yeah.
Back down. All right, mixture's full. Throttle's open in 1/8. Carburetor heat is right here, and it's in the off position.
Yep.
Piper differs from Cessna in this regard. Unless you suspect carburetor ice, we don't run it.
Okay.
We test it on the ground. That's as far as we go.
Okay.
In the Cessna, the tachometer has a green arc on it. Anytime we're flying and the RPM's out of that green arc, we yank the carburetor heat on.
Okay.
That's the difference in the air intake
So
system.
unless we notice some drop in RPM and think there's something going on, it never comes on.
Right.
Regardless of like season or what you do. Okay.
Yep. All right. We test it on our engine run up, and other than that, it
Okay.
stays off. Carb heat's cold. Primer, we don't need any since the engine's warm. Brakes, we're just going to hold our toe brakes here, the very tops of the pedals that say Piper. Just rotate up on those and just hold the brakes. Any collision lights, the fin is going to come on, which it already is. Master switch, go ahead and turn the master switch on. And I want you to give a yell of clear prop.
Clear prop.
Alright, here's your key. Right ahead of you, just like starting a car. You're going to take it to both, and as soon as the engine fires, just release the key.
Alright, you ready?
Yep. So first things first, we have oil pressure. It's coming alive. Our engine RPM needs to come down about 100, so you can bring that back a little bit. Alright, oil pressure's good, throttle's good. Make sure we're going to lean 1 inch. So what I do there is bring it back about that much there. So that way, spark low altitude, low engine demand. We don't need the full blast of fuel, and it helps the spark plug stay nice and clean. Alright, wing flaps are up, avionics and radios come on. Turn that guy on there. The transponder is already set to altitude with the 1200 code. And we're going to listen to the weather.
Alright. So in this plane, oh, you already have it in COM 2, don't you?
Yep.
So I've never used this headset, so
How do you hear?
I need a little bit more volume. I'm up all the way on my headset.
You're up all the way?
Yeah.
Alright, how now, Bronco?
A little better. I like things loud.
How's that?
Yep, that's good.
Good?
Yep,
Alright, cool.
sounds good.
Alright, so we're going to listen to the weather. It's already in COM 2. So we're going to come up here to our switch panel, and where it says COM 2, we want to listen to it over the headphones. So we press down.
Altimeter 299.8. Remarks. Density altitude 3,100. Morgantown Municipal, Hartfield, Morgantown, West Virginia. Automated weather observation 1853 Zulu. Wind variable at 06. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 29 Celsius. Dew point 17 Celsius. Altimeter 299.8. Remarks. Density altitude 3,100.
I can set the altimeter.
Yep, 2998.
And it should match field elevation, right?
Yes,
Which is roughly
about 1250. 1248
1243.
Yeah.
I'm nowhere.
Well, we're within 75 feet,
Okay,
which that qualifies for
Okay.
instrument standards, so
cool.
we're in good shape there.
Cool.
And that information is about 45 minutes old at this point, so the tower's going to update us whenever we call for our clearance here.
Gotcha.
All right, so we have Morgantown ground as the active frequency now, and tower's on standby.
Okay.
So, and we're transmitting on COM 1. COM 1's automatically coming over the headphones. So all the radios are set.
Because we're set there, it'll know that we want to listen to that.
Yep, so if we just switch to COM 2 now, even though the switch isn't
I
set,
see.
29 Celsius.
automatically with the
I see.
headphones.
I see. Hey, where do you guys do, is there a run-up area 418 up there? I can never really tell from the chart. It
We
looks
kind of
pretty
have to
tight.
stop on the taxiway and do it.
Gotcha.
There's one for 3.6, but
Gotcha.
good?
Yep.
All right, ready to taxi?
Think so.
All right, cool. So I'll help you kind of get out of here, and then once we get to the taxiway, she's all yours.
Fair enough.
All right. Morgantown ground, Warrior 82757's on the ramp, ready for taxi.
And 82757, runway 18, taxi via Alpha, winds variable out of the southwest at 5, altimeters 2997.
2997 and 18 via Alpha for 82757. All right, so change that up on us a little bit more. But another 5 feet down. Yeah. All right, so brakes are off here. We've got the throttle control. Make sure I'm not going to blow your wife away there. She's Let's give it a little bit of power to get her moving. Alright. Then off we go. So it's all in the feet.
Yep.
Alright, there's no power going to the wheels. It's all momentum based on the prop. So once we get the thing moving, we can bring our engine RPM back just to keep our speed under control. The fast-paced walk is what we want, is what they say. You know, if you're a slow jog or something like that, like this is about as fast as you would want to go.
Gotcha.
But I don't feel like riding with brakes, and I don't want to pull the engine back a little further than that because it just runs
Right.
kind of choppy. So, at 800 RPM or so, and she's all yours.
Okay.
So we're going to go all the way to the very end there. And we'll just do our best to keep the center line in between us.
I'm trying to gauge where that center really is for me. So I'm left of center line now, would you say?
I'd say about my butt's probably underneath the line.
Okay. Let's see if I can get her a little closer to the center line. If I had to guess, I would say the center line for me is like right in here somewhere.
Yeah, you'd be pretty close. You're a lot closer than most people that
I'm
take
kind of
your
going
ride.
from the left, that rivet.
Yeah. That'll do. I mean, honestly, that's really as close as you. You know, it's one of those things. If our examiner likes to say, if perfection is the standard and perfection is a hallway, as long as we're not punching holes in the drywalls, we're going down the hallway. We're good.
Yeah. So when we get up here, will you worry about flipping us all the way back around into the wind for this run up?
No.
Okay.
One of those things I try to get the run up done is a little more expeditiously today. For those of you listening at home, I can't talk for crap, so don't judge me.
Expeditiously.
Yeah. But just so we have the max amount of time, you know, per the intro flow.
Yeah, I like
stuff
it. That's fine.
All right, so coming up here, we can start to get this thing slowed down here.
Okay. So brakes or throttle back first?
Just do the brakes. If one side starts to go, then ease up pressure on the side where it's darting and increase on the opposite side. And we'll stop up in here. There we go. Okay, cool. So, I'm gonna help you out here on the brakes.
Yep, thank you.
So, before takeoff, our brakes are set and checked. Flight control is gonna make sure everything is moving the correct direction that we want it to be. I like to do the thumbs up method.
Okay.
So, whenever I grab the yoke and one thumb is up, the raised thumb is pointing to the raised control.
Okay.
So that control is up.
I see.
And this one over here is down.
Yeah.
So you can rotate over. So that one is up. Now that one is down.
Yeah.
All right. So look behind you as best you can and pull back on the yoke. You'll see the stabilizer go up.
Yeah.
And
Down.
stabilizer go down.
And rudder.
The rudder you just kind of have to guess.
See, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can see a shadow. That's about as good as you get without a back window.
Okay.
One of these. So, elevator rudder trim set for takeoff. So we see the rudder trim down here.
It has rudder trim too?
Yep, it's all the way up here. We really don't mess with that too much, really.
Yeah.
They kind of get set where it's set, and we're happy with it.
And then is the N
We want to
supposedly
be
neutral?
We want to be back about midway between the N and the down. Works the best for this guy here. So let's keep pulling it. About right there. So.
Okay.
All right. Seems to make the best improvement when it's right there. So, flight instrument set and checked. So, altimeter's good. Little airplane's on the horizon, airspeed 0, vertical speed is 0, so the 0 actually works for us. Our directional gyro versus the mag compass, that's what we're going to play with here.
Yeah, so about 50.
About 0.55, somewhere there.
Okay.
Not too far
About
off.
right like that, maybe?
Yep. That'll
And
do.
then do you normally set your heading bug to runway heading?
We can. I mean, that's generally more instrument related, but if you want it, more power to you. You even know it's there, so I'm happy.
Years of simming. Not the same, but helps with fundamentals.
Close enough, right?
All right.
Alright. Flight instruments, we're good there. Fuel quantity, we are happy, definitely more full on the right tank, so we're good there.
Yeah.
Alright, so mixture is going to go full rich, so go ahead and push that up in there. I'm going to close the door here.
Yep.
Unless thing got a hold. The bottom and top are latched. Alright, so throttle. This is up to 2,000 RPM.
Yep.
So go ahead and run your throttle up there. Again, helping you on the brakes. we go.
Okay.
So now, first thing are the mags. So we want to check the left mag first. So one click to the left. Alright, so we got a slight drop in RPM, engine still running smooth. Go back to both. Reestablish the baseline at 2,000. Alright, good. So 2 clicks to the left to the right mag. Same drop, still running good and smooth, and back to both. Alright, all's well in the world there. Carburetor heat. So run the switch down to the on position. And we get a drop in RPM, so everything's happy there.
Yep.
So we can turn that back off. Our ammeter, which, if we want to double check that it's working there, we can turn the pitot heat on, we can see it jump.
Yeah.
So we know for sure the ammeter is operational. Engine instruments, oil temp, fuel pressure, and oil pressure. Everything's in the green there. Suction gauge, just shy of 5 inches, which is between 4 and 6.
Yeah.
Then I can bring the throttle back 800 to 1,000. One thing I'm gonna do, turn my blower fan on here. Yeah, not cool air, but it's air.
Exactly. All right, there's 1,000 RPM.
All right, so throttle friction lock, we're gonna leave it alone for right now. We do have the friction lock on here. We get the cruise, we'll bring that up and it helps stabilize things a little bit.
Yep.
Otherwise, we just leave it down. Wing flaps are gonna be up. Avionics and radios, you can go over there and bump over to tower frequency. There you go. Doors and windows, bottom and top latch are latched.
Mine stay, or does it gotta go?
It can stay open for right now. Before we go, then we'll close it. There's just a lot of noise.
Yep.
All right, takeoff briefing we'll get to. Fuel pump, I want you to turn that on, and we can take a look at the pressure as well. So we see jump there, so now we're good. Anti-collision lights, the fin and the wing sides will come on, so you can turn the down switch.
This guy?
Yeah. All right, so we got strobes now.
Yep.
And the landing light, we'll go ahead and turn that on.
Landing. Think landing on.
There we are. Transponders on altitude and time off. It is 3:45.
Okay.
All right. So what we're going to do here, basically, is it's going to be your takeoff.
Okay.
All right. So we'll get out. We'll call, get our clearance for departure. We'll get out onto the center line. Of course, as you know, it's like split lanes down the interstate, just going down the solid white lines.
Yep.
As soon as we cross the whole short line here, I want positive controls, positive use of controls. So your left hand's going to be on the yoke, not a death grip, just a nice light grip on there, and right hand will be on the throttle.
Yes, sir.
And it's going to stay that way. Bye-bye, Mr. Crow. Your hand will stay on the throttle at least till we reach 500 feet AGL, which will be, for us, 1,750. Conveniently, that's also our safe altitude to make our initial turn.
Okay.
All right. So as we get out there onto the center line, whenever I let you know, I want you to go full power, but you're going to go from idle all the way in about 5 seconds.
Okay.
Just one nice smooth movement, 5 seconds, boom, and you're going to hold your right hand on that throttle.
Okay.
At that point, we're going to watch for 55 knots indicated airspeed. Once you reach 55, I'll call out, there's 55 knots, let's rotate. Take your left hand, pull back gently on the yoke, off we'll go. Our VY for this airplane, best rated climb is going to be 78 knots.
Okay.
So as long as we keep it somewhere plus or minus 10 there, hopefully I'm more on the plus side than the minus side.
Yes, sir.
I'm cool.
Very good.
If at any point you go, this is just too trippy for right now, or you want to do something, the magic word is your airplane.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Or if I see something strange, I'll call out my airplane, and it just come off.
Yep.
And the entire time, this is up to your heart's content what you want to do. Stall, if you want to do a stall, a steam turn, whatever you want to do. Or if you don't want to, just want to sit there and play with that, whatever. Again, you know.
Yeah.
This is all up to you.
Sounds good.
But I'll be following you through the whole way. So there's nothing you can do to scare me or whatever. So okay.
Sounds good.
All right.
I like it.
But I always give everyone the option of saying uncle when we're back here in 5 minutes.
Thank you. Yeah,
right.
That's very good.
Okay, off we go. There's over there. Morgantown Tower, Warrior 82757, holding short, runway 18, ready for departure to the southwest.
Warrior 82757, Morgantown Tower, runway 18, clear for takeoff, right turns approved.
Clear for takeoff, right turn, 82757. All right, so we're off the brakes. Go ahead and give it a little bit of power to get her moving. Actually, we'll do start our timer.
There you go.
Forgot about earlier. All right.
Are you a use all the runway person no matter how long it is? Like, I've seen some instructors who are like, start all the way at the back.
Yeah, I'm happy with this. You can go ahead and close that window if you...
There we go. Oh, it's a lot further out to the center than I thought it was.
Yeah.
So we'll have some right rudder, obviously, right, to compensate for...
Correct. And you want to keep your feet low and off the brakes?
Yes, off the brakes. I'm off the brakes.
All right, so right hand on the yoke. And we're ready to go. Mr. Bird will
Bird,
move.
he will move, you say?
Yeah, crows are good. Killdeer? Yeah, you never know. But those are usually pretty good.
I hope so. All right.
Right hand stays on the throttle.
Yes, sir.
I got a little bit of a right crosswind, so we'll just angle this over just a hair.
All right.
All right, there's 55 knots, and we'll rotate. Just pull back nice and easy. And there we go.
Woo! 70 knots.
70, so we'd like to be about 78. Okay,
Wow.
Pick that up.
There's 78.
There we go. Looking good, yeah. There's a couple bumps here or there.
Yeah.
And it's just like hitting a pothole.
Yeah.
All right, very good.
All right.
500 feet a minute on our way up. Almost there to 500 feet. There's 400. And we have 500. So let's make a right turn.
All right. Are you ready?
Yep. And heading will be about 230 or so, but it'll be basically just following the interstate.
I gotta admit, it's a lot more. There's a lot more movement than I expected there to be in terms of
Up and down,
Yeah.
side to side, that kind of stuff.
just more than I anticipated. It doesn't freak me out. It's not exactly
It's
how
surprising.
Yeah.
It's, if we were doing this at like 8 a.m.,
It'd be smooth.
yeah,
Yeah.
be good and smooth, but you know, 3 o'clock, almost 4 on a day where it's 85 degrees, yeah. This is a normal summer day.
Gotcha.
You know, temperature and thermals and rising air and all that fun stuff, that's all got a big part to play in it.
Yes, sir.
And we only weigh about 2,000 pounds.
I'm also going to get an adapter for my Bluetooth so I can hear the traffic alerts in my headset. You know, from
Well, like Blue Link
so
or something like that.
It'll say, you know, traffic, 11 o'clock. I can't wait till 2020. Everybody's got ADS-B. Other people freak me out more than anything else.
No, I agree with you there. You never know what someone else is going to do.
Some knucklehead.
That's what my primary instructor back at the Fairmont airport, when we were talking about right-of-way rules and things like that, he'd always say, if you can see something's about to happen, just get the hell out of the way.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So I'm more than happy to deviate a good 10, 15 minutes out of my way to
Sure.
get around a bad area or whatever. We'll go up to about 3,000 feet or so. We'll see how it is there. If it's still a little rough, we'll go up to 3,500.
I want to try to start good habits from the beginning, you know, like one hand. I don't want to get into the like...
Yeah, no. If it were me and every trainer, I'd saw the other side off.
Yeah. I'm just telling you that it is far more left to right than I thought it would be.
Oh, let's give it a minute until we get up there. And we have three different kinds of days. There's the first day where it feels like you're sitting in an office chair.
Yeah.
And it's good, it's smooth as glass. Let's keep going to 35. Smooth as glass, you're in an office chair doing 120 miles an hour. Day number 2, which is exactly what this is, you get some movement back and forth. Nothing horrible, but enough to take, like you said, enough to take you by surprise. And then you have the third kind of day where your head's bouncing off the ceiling.
Yeah.
And you're turning around after a minute and a half.
Yeah.
Nobody wants that.
Nope. Pretty awesome.
Oh yeah. So we're outside the Morgantown airspace. We just passed the 6879 interchange. Now this is I-79.
Yeah.
That's way down through.
So you want to level off at 35?
Yeah.
So you level first and then power down?
Yep, level the nose, kind of let the airspeed gain at about 5-10 knots or so, which it has. And then our cruise power for this thing's about 2,300 RPM is where it seems to like.
Okay.
Alright, still about 2,500 there, so go ahead and pull that back a little more.
Can I trim?
Yeah.
I'm pushing like crazy.
Yep, by all means.
Oh, that's nice. That makes a difference.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Gotta keep the airplane trimmed. Holy cow.
Yeah, on a sim, it's like, yeah, trim, whatever. And the real thing is you need it.
Yeah. So let me ask you, here's some fundamental questions that I probably should know the answer to. So like, I'm feeling some of these wet wind forces and just like the tail wagging.
Yeah.
Do you correct those or do you just leave them?
Yeah, just let it roll.
Just let it go?
Often, you ever heard the term pilot-induced turbulence?
Yeah, just chasing it all the time?
Yeah, if you're chasing a bunch of that kind of stuff, you can turn what would be a subtle movement into a big one.
I
Because
see.
if you're not in time with it, just let it go.
Gotcha. Very good. All right.
All right, so now to complete kind of the cruise check, we'll turn the fuel pump off.
Okay.
There we go, and we'll take a look at our fuel pressure. We'll see it drop a little bit, but hopefully not below a half a PSI. That's our fine line. All right, so we're good.
Yep.
And as far as the mixture goes and leaning,
Yeah.
we just bring it back ever so slightly, just a little bit at a time. You can be nice and steady with it, just don't jerk it back and forth.
Yeah.
And we're taking it back to the point where we would see, yeah, RPM kind of picked up a little bit there.
Okay.
And if we take it back further, she'll start to choke a little bit. Like right there.
Yeah.
You hear
Yep.
it drop off?
Yep.
I can go back in, test RPM, then I usually go about a 1/16 of an inch past that.
Okay.
So then,
So would I then adjust throttle if it had pushed it up above the 2300 cruise, 2300 RPM?
it really shouldn't do much, but yeah, you can bring it back if you need to. Right now we're still about 25.
Oh, I see. I'm looking at the wrong marker
There
the
you
whole
go.
time.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Now you may have to retrim
Yes,
slightly to pull the nose back up.
right. Do you want me to try to get back down to 2500 before I do? 3500 rather.
Nah, we're doing pretty good here. We're all good here.
All right.
You're within 300 feet. I'm happy.
Copy that.
Welcome back to Fairmont.
Yeah, glad to be here.
And before you know it, you're pretty much where you need to be.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll turn our friction block up a little bit. So you can see as far as lights go, unless it's dark out, I really don't run the nav lights.
Gotcha.
But the strobe lights and the beacon and the landing light, I'll just run them. You know, the landing lights and LED, it's not going to, it'll outlast the rest of the airplane.
Well, I've managed to end up 30 degrees further right than I intended to be.
Hey, it's all good, man. We're VFR. We were just headed down to Fairmont.
Trying to ID some stuff here that I recognize. I'm also still climbing.
So you got the Shinston power plant ahead of you there.
Okay.
And we're kind of over, I guess this would be the East Fairmont exit.
I
The very
see.
first one.
Yep.
And it should be Speedway Avenue down underneath us here.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's cool. I mean, just right like crazy.
What's that?
But this, we're just going. I see Wave Tech. That's what I was looking for. Wave Tech pool down there.
Oh, yeah.
Getting pushed right like crazy.
There's some trim off a little bit. Let me feel for this. And no, we're not really turning. It's got a few bumps here or there, but no, we're good.
Yeah.
Your airplane. Fairmont Airport's just off the nose and low.
I see it. Yeah.
The university's off to our right.
So there's like no. I mean, I guess in this airspace, it's okay to be here. It seems like a weird place to be. Of course, we're close enough now. They would be under us. Anybody in and out of here.
Their traffic pattern is 2,000 feet MSL.
Yeah.
We're 1,500 feet above. The only problem we would have is the Clarksburg Airport. So we want to stay.
I see.
If we're going to be over here, we want to stay at least out to the west of them.
Gotcha.
To just cross over top once, we're good. We wouldn't want to circle right here.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, there's all the high-tech consortium stuff, right? No, that's not what that is.
No, that's the university.
That's right.
The high-tech
Fairmont
stuff, I
State.
think,
It's
is right,
further.
right ahead
Yeah.
of us here.
Yep.
A little further down the interstate.
So that's what Fairmont looks like from the air
Yes, indeed.
for G7.
Uh-huh.
And you really can see the windsock from this altitude. I've always questioned whether that was a real-life thing.
Yeah, and if we were landing there, one, I would listen to the Clarksburg
Yeah.
weather, because the runways are close enough that you can get the wind and whatnot.
We would definitely be landing 2-3.
Yeah. And if you're ever at an airport where you can't see, you know, you don't have weather reporting or anything, we would cross about 2,500 MSL,
Okay.
cross over top of the airport and make a turn, decide where we need to go from there.
Gotcha. So we definitely don't need to do like stalls and slow flight today. I mean, it's totally up to you. I just would like to like turn the airplane some and see if I can get into some coordinated flight.
You're the boss.
Because that's something I've not, you can simulate that all day long, but without the feedback of the airplane, it's really hard to tell if you're actually,
Okay, I bumped that up just there. Exactly, yeah.
if you're actually going to be coordinated or not, you know.
Right.
So the trick, instructor, tell me, so it's, you rudder in at the start of the turn, but it doesn't stay the whole time, right? Just until you're established, and then the rudder can come out?
Exactly. So once you establish your bank angle, the ailerons and the rudder go neutral.
Yeah, okay.
So it's one of those things here. Before we really get too started, I'll take the airplane here
you've
for a
got
sec. My airplane. So I'm going to point the airplane. We're going to kind of head back to the north. I want to point the airplane at one of the power plants outside of Morgantown.
Okay.
And from there, we're going to do what's called a Dutch roll. No, not rolling the thing, of course. But I'm going to kind of help illustrate why, how much we have to use the rudder and kind of why we do it.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the nose here. We're going to do long view there, the one single stack that isn't producing it. No, we'll go to the one that is producing, make it a little easier to see.
Okay.
So the nose is on Fort Martin right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bank the airplane back and forth, left and right, in kind of rapid succession, without touching the rudder. And I just want you to see what the nose is going to do.
Okay.
And without rudder input. So my feet are on the floor here. We're just going to go left, go right.
Yeah.
So you see, we're going opposite the turn.
Right, yeah.
And that's all the adverse yaw on the airplane. So as we pick up a wing to bank the rising wing is creating more lift than the wing that's going down.
I see.
And when it creates more lift, it creates more drag, so in theory, in actual practice, the raised side is actually slowing down, which is dragging the nose out to the side.
Yeah.
So if I do the same thing, only this time with rudder, so left rudder for left aileron, right rudder for right aileron, I can get that nose to stay at one point.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of making a smiley face now.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yes.
If I get my timing down correctly when I do this. All right, so why don't you give that a shot there?
All right.
Your airplane.
Controls. All right. So
Just start banking her back and forth.
yeah, with rudder.
Right. And right. Keep
Gotta be a
going,
little faster, right?
Yeah, a little bit faster on it. All you want to do is get that nose staying in one spot. So instead of the nose swinging out, then swinging back through and starting to turn,
I see.
the
Yeah.
airplane basically pivots
I
and then
see.
she turns.
So, all right. I'm gonna do that one more time.
Yep, have it.
Because I don't want to get ahead with the rudder either, right? So like that's the opposite problem.
Yeah, then we're starting to turn with the rudder.
Right.
All the rudder does is get the nose going the way we want it to go. That's all it
I
does.
see. And so when you're, in terms of, this is not exactly what we're talking about here, but in terms of the turn coordinator, when you get the ball outside, when you're, like we were in a right-hand turn, well, that would be a slip, so that wouldn't necessarily be the case. When you're uncoordinated in one way or another, you rudder to the ball, essentially, right? That's what you're feeling.
Yeah, step on the ball.
So like you step, yeah, okay, that's how you say that, step on the ball.
Uh-huh.
Gotcha.
All right, so yeah, we're out here. We're west of Morgantown. We're kind of out of Clarksburg's way, and Fairmont, of course, nothing happens there anymore.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you want to just kind of have a ball and start turning and do whatever you want here, have it.
I might just make a couple of, might turn to the left here and see if I can maybe do a 180-degree coordinated turn.
Yeah.
To the left?
Yeah, give me about 20 degrees angle of bank. It's the second white line on the...
Second white?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's enter our turn here. I think we're clear over there.
Yes, we are. And once all the bank angle and everything's been established, you may notice you have to have a tiny bit of back pressure to hold the nose up, but just a little bit. But other than that, it's maintaining your bank angle.
I probably should have paid attention to my starting heading if I was really going to fly 180-degree turn.
Just put it back on the power plane.
We'll just go all the way around. 180 sounds good if you know where you started.
That's what we can use outside references as well.
Yeah. True.
Because we are VFR.
True story. We made it about 270 around, right? Because
Yeah.
Fort Martin's over directly to our left.
Correct.
And then opposite rudder when we roll out.
Yeah, so if you're banking to the right to roll out, you use right rudder as well.
But it's obviously relative to the angle of bank. So like I wouldn't want to like mash the right rudder for a real shallow rollout.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Want to try to turn to the right?
Sure, might as well to be fair to both sides.
You'd be surprised what the difference in perspective is.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, let's give it a try. We can go over there.
Yep, we're clear. Going from being the low person in the airplane to the high person in the airplane.
Yeah, it is different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't even paying attention. To my needing the back elevator there. Lost about 70 feet at the start of that turn.
That's all right.
It's funny, this actually feels more controllable to me.
The right-hand side?
Yeah,
Are you left-handed or right-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of weird that most people, it's the left turn's the best one.
So I'm steeper than 20.
We have about 25 now.
Morgantown Tower, runway 17, ready to go 18. Runway 157, Morgantown Tower, runway 18, clear for takeoff. Proceed on course, climb, maintain 6,000. Clear for takeoff 18 and on course, runway 167, make sure for 6,000.
Alright,
There you go.
back to Fort Martin. Cool. That's cool.
Let's see here. Yeah, the simulators are fun, but you miss so much in the
Yes,
field.
so much. It is.
Like we'll put people on ours, and you can log a little bit of time towards your certificates on it. They're either all over the place or they're dead on with it.
Yeah, it is not the same thing. Holy cow.
Yeah.
So it's a left, for just thinking even ahead to where we're going to get back to Morgantown, which you'll probably have, but it's a left pattern for 18. Is it a left pattern at Morgantown?
Standard, yes, but the guy in the tower can have us do
Whatever.
whatever we want.
9.42, we'll say after 12. 1942 from the 17, talk to you in a bit.
Yeah, if you go to an uncontrolled airport like Fairmont, it's left turns all the time. You come out here, you're at the whim of whoever's in the tower.
Gotcha.
In this case, it's Bob that we can
Oh,
talk
Bob.
to. The FBO, yeah. Oh, we're out here doing the football game, traffic flights, and he'll be there chatting you up.
Yeah, I'm good friends with Kevin Nicholas.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
where I work full time.
Oh, cool. I'm sure he's told you some stories.
Oh, yeah. And Kevin Conley he got his law degree, and I gave him so much shit because he had a whole he was flying with RSA for free. I said, how did you not finish and get your certificate? He said, because my wife swore she would never fly with me, and what was the point? And I said, well, holy crap. I'd take that deal if somebody handed it to me and said, why don't you come do this for free?
Give me a left turn to the north. Man.
Sure.
Yeah, those games, they can be fun or they can be interesting. It always sucks when the weather's bad enough that we can't get up and do
Yeah.
anything. Yeah, he's sitting there in the back, I'm sitting up front, I got my cocoon all set up, and snacks and drinks and everything. Yeah, I'm just sitting up there making turns around and have a snack, cookies
Yeah.
or something. Yeah.
What plane has our antenna on it? Is that Papa Yankee?
Yeah, it's the 172. Which we probably would have been in. We did the annual inspection on it and got it all put back together and did the paperwork and found out that the magnetos were very, very close to their required inspection period. So,
Oh, man.
well, crap.
Might as well do them then while they're there, huh?
Oh, yeah, we couldn't do anything with it. I mean, hell, a half hour left on the things.
Yeah.
That's not going to get us anywhere, so.
Did you set that clock? Is that valid?
I was a little bit late doing it, so if we're back by the time it hits 30, we'll be in good shape there.
Gotcha.
In fact, we should probably go ahead and switch tanks now anyway. So, I want you to turn the fuel pump on.
Yeah.
There we go, we got a jump in pressure.
Yeah.
And you can reach over and switch to the left
This
fuel
is a
tank.
terrible idea.
Having you do this?
No, just switching tanks in general.
Did you feel it click?
I think
Is it moving freely?
it's
It's kind of locked in place?
locked into position, yeah.
Okay, good. Let's kind of air to the left here a little bit. But everything's cool. Nothing strange is occurring, is there?
Doesn't appear to be.
All right, we can turn the fuel pump off, and we'll check our pressure.
Looks pretty good to me. Do you concur?
I agree.
All right. Pretty cool. So how often do you keep your eyeball on compass?
Those two?
Yeah.
Probably once every 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, because I'm
Right.
I'm more than 10 degrees off. I keep also got to remember they're backwards, like
Yeah.
so it's not that, it actually isn't quite that far off.
No, it's not too bad. All right, give me a left turn to the west. We'll kind of swoop back on in.
Okay. Trying to keep releasing my death grip.
Yeah, I mean, when I'm flying this thing on a calm day like today, generally I've got 3 fingers on it.
Yeah, I keep feeling my hand, and I'm like, holy crap! I'm just. See, look.
You'll get back and you got a white knuckle on there.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to. Can I go to west on the compass and then adjust my?
Yeah. Just make small turns to get there.
Go up over shot west, haven't I?
Yeah, you just go back to the right.
Glad you're not my check ride.
Oh hell, it's all good. Honestly, the check ride, as long as you check that every now and then, you're good.
That's actually way closer than I thought it was. I tricked myself to it being further off.
Yeah, it's not worth setting now. Alright. Flip me back around there to the east, we'll go left.
Want to go all the way to the left?
Yeah, we'll go left turn over to the east,
All
and then I'll give the big man in the tower a call and let him know what's up.
Sounds good.
And there's Milan, we're north of Milan Park, so we'll call it northwest there. Morgantown Tower, Warrior 82757, about 7 miles to the west, northwest, and down full stop.
82757, Morgantown Tower, make your approach runway 18. Wind level 6, altimeter 2996, runway 18, clear to land.
2996, and clear to land, runway 18, 82757. Basically, you just tell him what you want, where you are, and what you want to do, and then spit back whatever he gives you. That's the secret to it. Alright, so, back to not heading, but VFR flying here. Do you see Patterson Drive in 705?
Maybe.
You got the big red Milan building on the left there, kind of.
Yes, down here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna keep us on the left side of that,
Okay.
and we can start our descent here. So what I want you to do, turn the fuel pump on, and we got an increase in pressure, so we're good there.
Yep.
Whenever you touch that switch, look at that fuel pressure gauge, and go mixture 4-inch. Again, just feed the baby. Bit of time there.
Not a big spoon.
Right.
So nice. Yeah.
Your engines in the future will thank you. And now take your throttle and bring it back to 2,000 RPM.
1,000.
And when we had this thing trimmed for about 90, if you just let it
come over.
let the yoke relax a little bit, just let it come on down, it'll descend at 90 knots. You may fluctuate a little bit, but whatever airspeed you trim this airplane is where it wants to stay.
I see.
Alright, so let it keep coming down now. We're 3,200-ish feet. Airport elevation is 1450.
Yeah, we got a ways to go, don't we? Oh,
Yeah.
there's the airport.
Uh-huh. And we're 4 miles out now.
That is 4 miles.
Uh-huh.
What I tell you is that it's different perspective, isn't it?
Oh, it really is. Now we got Star City underneath us getting into Suncrest.
So did he? I didn't hear his call back. Did he say we're gonna make left downwind?
Nope, he just said make the approach to the runway and we're clear to land.
Ah, so we can in effect end up.
So we're on a right base right now.
Yeah. So we'll come straight from base to final.
Yep. Nose on down a little bit.
Yeah. So I have to help it, right? I mean, when we're in a descent, if it tries to, if it picks up and the nose comes up or a wind or whatever, I need to help give it a descent.
Give it a nudge there.
Gotcha.
Get it back down.
90s.
Looks like they've been paving Suncrest, that's cool.
90's a reasonably good,
Yeah, the descent speed for right now, yep, that'll do. On kick ass, they did the indoors.
they gotta do something, 'cause
Finally.
it's a mess.
Well, they finally, it's all paved now. Sorry, I oogle sometimes.
That's alright. It's hard not to up here.
Alright, so what we're going to do now, we're going to put in our first 10 degrees flaps. We're
Yep.
within the wide arc on the airspeed. Then come on down, just the
then-
first click there. There
Yep.
you go. And nose on down a little
Yep.
bit. So now,
Do you trim at any point during this process?
well first let's bring our power back now to 1,700 RPM.
Okay. That's a long way back.
Yep.
That feels horrifying.
Oh, we're good. Just wait till we get on final and we
Uh-huh.
cut the power entirely.
Uh-huh, I'm ready.
So if it's still trying to jump up on it, you can push forward a little more on the trim.
Okay.
But then go ahead and bring your second notch of flaps in. There's 25 degrees of flaps.
Second notch is in.
Yep.
What's a good, well, you can tell me. I don't know.
65 knots is what we want on our final approach.
Okay.
All right, so lower the nose a little bit and turn for your final.
Don't let me get low and slow. Or
Oh,
high
we're definitely,
anyway.
yeah, we're definitely not low. Good, next, last notch of flaps there. And power to idle.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So we got 40 degrees of flaps in. And we're holding 70 knots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I may have set you up a little
Yeah, we're a little tight, right?
bit. So, you know what we do in this case?
Go around.
Yeah, exactly.
So that is power to
There we
full.
go. Yep. So pitch up a
then-
little bit.
And then
There we
once
go.
we get some speed, what windows of you tell me?
Full power. So now one notch at a time. Flaps come up.
One notch.
All right, speed's still good. We're climbing, so next notch. And I'm going to call him on the tower here. And tower 757 going around.
Where you're 757, make left close traffic.
Left close traffic, 757.
And last notch.
Yep.
Okay.
And up we go.
And then back to pattern altitude.
Yes. Which is 2,200.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, that was my fault. I set you up a little too soon. A little too close.
There's Trinity Christian School right on the flight path.
Yep. I'm sure they get annoyed with us. So we'll pretty much go until we're almost on top of Trinity, then we'll make our left turn for
Okay.
our crosswind leg.
And when I get
There's
up
a nice
here
little bird right
2200,
there.
oh yeah. Do we bring power out to get us leveled up here?
Yep.
Woo, high. That was,
Little bump.
oh yeah. Like back to our cruise out setting of like 2300.
Correct.
Okay.
All right, there's Trinity, so we can make a left turn, and we'll enter our crosswind leg. Nice and easy now.
Yep,
More
yep,
about
yep,
30
yep,
degrees
yep,
in the
yep.
pattern.
I felt that. Got a little excited.
Yeah.
A little excited to make that turn.
That's all right.
So this is a turn to the east, basically.
Yes, so we'll level the wings, and we'll take a look at our runway.
Oh,
so we
I
need to-
overshot it, right?
That's all right, but keep on trucking, giving a left turn for the downwind now.
Trying to get a feel for where you think we should be in geographically to the runway for these legs. Like, is this far? Are we outside where we should be?
Wind over to 5, altimeter 2900, now to 6, runway 18, cleared land.
What do I have? 1-8, 2996, 8275. So yeah, we're doing good here. We're
Okay.
good. Ideally, you want to be about a mile and a half off the side of the runway.
Okay.
We're about that here. One thing you want to make sure you're not doing though is kind of turning left, edging
Yeah,
in
getting
towards it.
closer, yeah.
With that, keep your nose up just a pinch, just to maintain our altitude.
Got it, thanks. It is it's a lot more to think about than you really think, you know, when you're like,
All right, so we're beam. our numbers now, so the power can come back to 1700.
You leave a fuel pump in during go around?
Yep.
The whole time?
Yep.
Do the pattern again?
Exactly. And 10 degrees flaps. First notch.
First notch.
Go ahead and turn for the base leg.
Now's when you don't want to get over crazy with these turns.
Right.
Right when you're slow.
Exactly. But also now's when I don't want to trust just the engine-driven pump on there. I
Yeah.
want both of them.
Gotcha.
Like Cessnas, they don't even have a fuel pump on them. The 182 does, but the 172 does not.
I should probably start watching more out the window. Okay. All right.
Right, next notch flaps.
Yep. Keep the nose down when those come in,
Yep.
so it doesn't try to.
Yeah, exactly. This looks much better this time around. Go ahead and turn left for your final.
Unfortunately, my single GoPro died before our landing, but I wanted you to take a look at our first flight. I've got a lot to learn, but I'm more committed now than ever to pursuing my private pilot license this year.